Hello, hello. Good morning.
Hello, hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Hello, Monica, Melly. Right. We're gonna wait a couple of minutes for everyone else. Hello, hello, good morning, good morning. Good morning, James, Melly, Monica. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Fantastic.
Good morning, Joseph. How are you? And
Very
good morning
good.
for everyone.
How are you doing today? Saturday morning, how are you doing?
Fine.
Good.
Leaving my bed. Just leaving my bed.
That's good. Like I said, I'm a morning person, so that's why I do these classes in the morning. It's good. It's good to wake up, learn something new. It's fantastic. Let's wait a couple minutes here for a couple more people to join, and then we'll start. But don't worry about it. We're going to start soon. It's going to be an interesting topic today. So, Melly, how are you? You've been very quiet. Is Melly there? No problem.
Good morning, Maria Inga. Grace you.
Hello, hello, Maria. How are you? Good morning.
Fine, thank you.
Fantastic. Happy to have you today.
Oh my God. Okay, excuse me.
Yeah. Hello, Jesse. Good morning. All right, guys. So let's just
Hello,
wait
good
a couple.
morning.
Hey, Jessica. How are you? How are you feeling today?
I'm fine, but I am a little worried about my daughter. She is sick. I think
Oh, no.
she's with a sore throat.
Oh, okay. Well, you have to check. You have to check on that.
Yeah,
Give her some hot teas and something for the throat. Hopefully, she'll be fine.
yeah. I have to go to her doctor and ask about a medicine, maybe.
All right. Hopefully, she's gonna be okay. Don't worry about it, Jessica.
Okay,
All right.
thanks, Jess.
We're gonna wait a few more minutes, like I said, for a couple of people to join because I know it's early in the morning. But until everybody joins, I think Monica is new, right? This is the first week you joined, Monica. Um,
Yes, this is my first time in this class.
all right, excellent, excellent. I hope you enjoyed today's class. So Monica, tell me, what are you interested in taking? What test are you interested in taking?
Okay, I already am a B2 level and I would like to have the C1 because it's part of our requirements of our institution. So I want to improve my level to C1.
Okay, beautiful. Which B2 do you have? Which company, let's say, certified? FCE, the
FCE.
Pearson Cambridge,
The,
FCE.
the B2 was with FCE, but the C1, they asked for the Celta, no Celta is, I forgot the name. It's for teachers. Is the test for teachers?
Yes, it's either the Celta or the Delta, whichever one of those.
I don't remember, but it's with the teachers. And but no FCE, no FCE.
Okay. Well, these classes, they are every Saturday, as everyone here knows. Every Saturday, 9:30 to 11. It's basically for developing your test taking skills. So I hope you enjoy today's class and we all learn something new. You know, it's fantastic. You already have a B2. Some teachers here do not have their B2 yet. So that's why we're trying to develop these skills. So it is going to be a difficult class. I like to have all my classes very difficult, but if anything you don't understand or something you didn't quite get, please let me know or write in the WhatsApp group. You're always free to write anything you wish in there. So pleasure to have you, Monica, here. Good morning, Dinga, Santiago. All
Good
right.
morning.
We're gonna start today. Yes, everyone else, I guess, is sleeping. It's okay. They're gonna start joining like last time. Last time, I think it was like 10 o'clock and everyone started to join. But let's start today. Yes. All right. So today, guys, we are going to look at and learn a little bit more about our reading comprehension skills. Okay. So in reading comprehension, it's very funny that in a test like FCE, like PTE, or any of these tests, the reading part is not meant to be read, if that makes any sense. No, you're not supposed to really read the sections because of time. Time is going to be one of the worst factors and one of your worst enemies in any test. It doesn't matter which test it is, but time is going to be horrible. So today we're going to look a little bit at time management and we're going to look a little bit at some reading comprehension skills that are going to help with time management. Okay, so I'm happy that Monica has some experience with tests. Does anyone else here have experience with tests before? Have they already taken a test or maybe failed a test? Whichever one. If anyone has so, please let me know. Raise your hand or something. See, no.
Well,
Nobody? Just Monica?
Sorry, teacher.
Yeah.
I took an FC test maybe like 6 or 7 years ago because it was mandatory for teachers here in Ecuador to have this kind of test to enter to work in their institutions. This was a long time ago. And that's what I am. That's my experience with tests. I also try to teach students that I have in the place where I work to see contents of tests and try to do the same as you are doing now, and to explain I don't know, skills to manage
Okay.
time and try to I don't know pass their certification tests.
Okay, excellent, excellent, excellent. Very good. Yeah, please feel free. Anything that I've taught you last week or this week, anything that I taught you, please feel free to teach it. That's why knowledge is important. No, knowledge is knowledge. We spread it around. So teach it because the best way to actually learn something is to teach it. So if you teach it, you'll learn it. It's for your own benefit. So that's great. Okay, so like I was saying, time management is one of the worst things that we, have as an enemy. Time in a test. Usually, a test is going to give you around maybe 45 to an hour something long time limit for the reading comprehension test. It changes, from test to test. TOEFL is a lot longer, PTE is a bit short, the FCE is sort of long actually, because they mix reading comprehension and use of English at the same time. So it's a bit longer. So it depends on the test, but it's usually from 45 minutes to an hour, hour 30 that they give you um, for the reading section of a text. So that's why I say that time is horrible, because usually there are many, many sections in the text. For example, the PTE, we have, I think it was four. I mean, I have so many tests in my mind already that I'm kind of mixed, but it's four sections of the PTE exam. If we look at the FCE exam, we have around 7 sections of reading comprehension and use of English. If we look at TOEFL, TOEFL is going to have another 4 or 5 sections depending on the articles. So each test has an amount of, sure, no problems there. Each test has an amount of time and amount of sections. But I kind of looked at all these tests and I've looked at all these sections and the time. And usually the time that they give you is somewhere around 8 to 10 minutes per section. And if you really think about it and you start to read the text, you read the question, you read the answers, you will not have time to finish all of the sections. So time management is going to be crucial when we're taking a test. Yes, time management is super, super important. Now, how do we reduce the time that we take to actually answer these questions? That's what we're going to learn today with our reading comprehension workshop. So let's start with our presentation. Hello, Paulette. Good morning. How are you? One second, let me share my screen. One second. I'm not finding my presentation. Here we go. Let me know if you can see my screen, please.
Not yet. Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Here I am. It's very dark. Everything's dark today. I'm so sorry. I didn't notice that. Okay, so today, guys, we're gonna look at skimming and scanning. That's going to be our main subject and topic of today. Yes, skimming and scanning. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, my name is Joseph. I think Monica's new, and I don't know if there's a couple people who are new here as well. Karen, I'm not sure if I saw you last time, but my name is Joseph. I am the owner of One Potato, Two Potato English Classes. And well, I do many workshops like these. I prepare teachers for tests and of course, English classes. All right. So what is skimming and scanning? Now, I think it's something that we as teachers have seen before, maybe. And if you have not, it's fine. And today we're going to learn a little bit about exactly what is skimming and scanning. Yeah. So let's take our time and divide this into each one. Let's go in order. First, we're going to talk about skimming. What skimming is, what is the purpose of skimming and scanning? So the purpose for this is what I told you is to save time, to do the test, the reading section of a test as fast and as efficiently as possible. Okay? So with skimming and scanning, we are trying to find the answers as quickly as we can without reading a text. Like I said before in the beginning, the actual reading parts of any text is not meant to be read because they don't give you the time to actually read it. So this is why we have to use skimming and scanning. I think I developed this skill of skimming and scanning so well because in high school, I practically passed everything I ever did in high school, never reading anything. I'm going to give you a short story about my SAT exam. SAT is kind of like ser bachiller here in Ecuador, no, in the United States. It's a very, very important test. The SAT is something that all the students, when we're in high school, everybody's nervous. They're just studying. They're taking classes. They're doing all these sorts of things because they want the best SAT score possible. And I remember many of my classmates how stressed they were. And I was a bad student. You know, I know. I accept it. As a teacher, I would look at myself in the past and I say, wow, you're a horrible student. I was a very bad student. When I had to take the SAT, I wasn't nervous. I didn't prepare. I didn't really, I don't know, give it importance. I guess I was a little bit arrogant. The people who know me a little bit more, Jessica knows me a bit more, Daniel knows me a bit more, they know me that I'm a little bit of an arrogant person. Not bad, not horrible arrogant, but I'm a little bit arrogant. So what I did was, the day of the test, imagine a very important test like this. It's like ser bachiller. They give me the packet. It's a packet of papers. And it's not computer based. No, it's a packet of papers. They give you the packet and they say you have 4 hours to finish. It's a very heavy, heavy test. You have 4 hours to finish the whole test. It's divided between reading and math. Two sections, that's it. And they give you 4 hours. Okay, I got the packet. I looked through the packet a little bit using my, I guess, skimming. I guess I was using it in that time. I didn't know, but I was using skimming. I was just checking out what the articles were. I saw some pictures, I saw some titles. I closed the packet and I fell asleep. Yes, I fell asleep. And I fell asleep for 2 hours. That was horrible. After 2 hours, I wake up and I have to finish this test. And I did it as fast as I could using skimming and scanning. So I finished the test, the whole thing in 2 hours. And I don't want to say that I had the best score possible in the SAT. I did not get the best score, no. But I got a good enough grade that I can apply to majority of universities without problems. So I didn't stress, I didn't worry, I didn't do everything that my friends did, but using skimming and scanning, I was able to have a successful 10th grade, you know? So I'm sorry, it sounds a bit arrogant, but yes, that's what happened. Except math. Math is horrible. No skimming and scanning can help you with math. But anyway, so why should we use skimming and scanning? Of course, it's to find the answer in a quicker way, a quicker fashion. We have to save time. Of course, we have to save time. Depending on the test, actually, it doesn't matter what test. In any test, we have to save time to plan what we're going to do, to review if we did something correct, if something is wrong, to go back and maybe finish something that we skipped. You know, saving time is very important in the test. So that's why we do skimming and scanning. We also use skimming and scanning to prove that our choice is the correct one. What do I mean by this to prove that our choice is the correct one? Well, basically, there's a principal rule that I always tell all my students in the reading section. The principal rule is, if it's in the text, then it's the correct answer. Never, never, please, assume the correct answer. Yeah? If you assume because of your knowledge, because of your logic, and you say, no, this is the correct answer, I already know, without reading, don't do it. Don't assume the correct answer. See if the text says it. If the text says that the moon is made out of cheese, but you know that the moon is not made out of cheese, and that sounds ridiculous. If the text says so, then that is a correct answer. Okay, so whatever is in the text is going to be the answer for whatever it is we are doing, whatever task we're doing. So do not assume, do not think for yourself, let's say in that sense, the answer. Find it in the text. You have to find it. And of course, skimming and scanning is going to improve our reading comprehension without even reading, because we're going to understand main idea, supporting idea. Like I said, I'm going to repeat this many times, main idea and supporting idea. But before any of that, please remember this. This has to do a lot with reading comprehension. And there are two types of readers. Yeah, we have passive readers and we have active readers. I don't know if Monica can help me reading what a passive reader is. What is a passive reader, Monica?
Uh, don't expect the answers to come to you. It's
Thank you,
supposed
Monica.
to,
Beautiful. Huh?
I think you are supposed to ask, wait for the answers. It will be just waiting for you during the test, just reading and find it, but it's going to take some time.
Exactly. So a passive reader is somebody that is expecting for some reason the answer to just magically appear, or they're going to see it like, oh, so easy. It doesn't happen. It's never going to happen. So a passive reader is someone that just expects everything to happen for them. Look at the face of the kid who is a passive reader. His face is so bored. His face is so depressed. He's like, oh, whatever. This is not going to help. So this actually affects a lot. I was talking about this last week about intonation of voice when we do speaking. If you speak with a low intonation, you're like depressed, you're like sad or something, it affects your vocalization, it affects your tone of voice. Same thing when you're reading. When you're reading and you look like you are bored, depressed, unenthusiastic, you just really do not care, it's not going to help at all. It's not going to help. So it's just not going to happen. So an active reader is a person with a positive mindset. If you guys want to pass the B2, you want to achieve a C1, you have to, you want to do all these things. You have to have a very positive mindset. You have to practice. You have to have an initiative, motivation to actually do it and practice. Yeah. So now let's talk about skimming. So skimming, this is all a visual technique. Now, I consider skimming to be more visual than cognitive, okay? Of course, there's some cognitive aspects to it, but I consider it more visual than cognitive. And it should take seconds to do it. Skimming is one of the quickest things. 10, 15 seconds, 15 I think is too much. 10 seconds, you should have your main idea. You should have an idea of what to expect from a text just by looking, right? So skimming is a visual technique. And the point, please know the difference. These are the differences. The point for skimming, we're going to be looking for main idea, and we're going to be looking for the gist of a text. And the gist is the same thing as the main idea. It's just another word. But it's basically we're looking for the gist. That's why it's 10 seconds. It's an ability that takes almost nothing of time, but we have to master it. You know, we look at a text, we are gonna look for what we look for specifically, bold words, anything that's bold, anything that's italicized, you know, in cursiva, anything that is underlined, stuff like that we're gonna look for. We're gonna look for titles, we're gonna look for the pictures, you know, and see what this tells me. What does the title tell me? What does the picture say? What do these words, you know, say to me, you know? If I see a picture of an animal and the title says, you know, rescue the tigers, okay, this is going to be an article about environment, about saving the tigers, maybe something in Africa. All these things come to my mind. Everything starts to come to my mind. And I get the idea of what the text is going to be about. If you still don't get the gist, because sometimes a text doesn't have bold words, they don't have pictures, sometimes they don't even have a title. If you don't have the gist yet, then the last thing you should do in skimming is probably just quickly read, give it a glance, give a read to the first couple of sentences in the first paragraph and the last paragraph. So just the first two lines and the last two lines. Usually, you should see a correlation, a relation between those sentences, and you can get a main idea or the gist of what's going on. All right. So that's what it is. So here, guys, let's do this. No, quick activity. This is our text. Can someone tell me, please, as soon as you can, what is this text about without reading? 10 seconds. What is this text about?
The oldest shoes in Armenia.
There we go. That was very simple, no? Why did you get it?
Because of the title.
Because of the title, because of a picture, right? There's a picture. I don't know what that is. I guess that's the oldest shoe that they found in Armenia. So I guess this is going to be about shoes. Armenia, the country. So you kind of see, you can kind of see really quick, okay, we got Giza, Egypt, we got many years, we have many facts, many numbers. So from the text, I already have an idea. See, thank you, Monica, and that was very fast. Sometimes the texts are not as easy, of course. You know, like I said, they don't have pictures, they don't have a title. So you have to read just a little bit in the beginning, a little bit at the end. So that is basically skimming. We look at something super quick, we find the main idea or the gist, what this is going to be about. Okay, so now let's move on to the more important one. Let's move on to scanning. What is scanning? Now, scanning is, I say the more important one because scanning is going to take the majority of your time. Scanning is going to be the main factor. Yeah. So, scanning, what is this for? Remember, skimming, main idea. Now, scanning, we're going to look for specific details like numbers and names, places. So this is very specific details within the text, not the main idea anymore. So basically, we're also identifying supporting ideas. Yeah, see how everything has to do with main idea and supporting idea? So skimming, we look for main idea. Scanning, we look for supporting ideas. Usually, when we're scanning, we're also looking for keywords. That's something I forgot to put here, but it's something that I teach a lot, right? I think Daniel can vouch, you know, he can tell you that I emphasize a lot in keywords, you know, because he is a student of mine. He's been with me some time already. So keywords are super important. Let's see, Daniel, can you hear me? Let's see if he's there. Daniel, can you hear me? Yes, yes. He's probably eating breakfast. He told me last time he was eating. and that's why he couldn't talk. All right. Whenever you can, Daniel, let me know that you're there. Anyways, so we're gonna look for keywords. Yeah, so I'm gonna explain what keywords are. Keywords in the text are basically important little details. I'm gonna talk about how to look for keywords in questions, in answers, and in the text. But please remember this. Keywords are usually adjectives and verbs. That's why I put here focus on. Focus on adjective and verb. Keywords are not usually nouns because they become very repetitive. When something is very repetitive in a text, it's no longer a keyword. It's not going to help you. So if I ask you, for example, um, something about, I don't know, something about Giza, the pyramids of Giza in this case. If we look here, we're going to see the word Giza a couple of times. No? Well, actually, I didn't look at the text, but I was just thinking of an example. So if we look here, we're going to find Giza here. We might find Giza somewhere else. So that doesn't really help me. But if I ask you about something like, um, if I ask you something maybe like an adjective like dry, dry is not a word that's so commonly repeated. So if we go back to our text and it says, where, I don't know, in what condition can you make a shoe? Okay, in what condition? We're looking for an adjective. Okay, and that adjective should be somewhere, right? So we're looking very quick and then we look at this and we see, cool and dry conditions. So condition is going to be my keyword, and here I found my answer, cool and dry. Cool and dry conditions. That's where I can make these, I don't know, shoes. I guess, not just, I haven't read the text, like I said. So that's just an example of what to do with scanning. Scanning, basically, we're looking for keywords from the answer, from the question in the text. Now, the last thing I put here in red, because for me it's very important and it's something that many people do a mistake in, is the eye movement. Remember I told you skimming and scanning is a visual exercise, right? And as a visual exercise, we have to basically move our eyes a lot around the text and just quickly identify certain things. When I teach skimming and scanning, many people apply it, but they're moving their eyes from left to right. Well, en la pantalla aparezco derecha izquierda, sorry. So left to right, right? But when we move our eyes from left to right, our brain starts to read. Unconsciously, we're reading the text. When this happens, you're wasting time because now you're reading and your mind is starting to read. And when your mind starts to read, it starts to think. And then you start to ask yourself, what does this mean? I wonder what this is. I wonder what that is. You start questioning, you start thinking, and you're wasting time. So to avoid this, when I use skimming and scanning in the text, I usually move my eyes up to down or down to up, wherever, however you want, but I avoid going left to right. I avoid trying to read, you know? I move my eyes in a way that I'm going up and down the text, up and down the text, so I can look for my key word. When I find my keyword, then I start to read. Yeah, because if you go from left to right, like I said, you're going to start reading. You're going to start reading the text. You're going to start thinking about, I wonder what cowhide is, or what kind of cowhide. Or we keep reading, we keep looking, and you're like, and then you're stuck on this word right here. It says, something like that, something in Turkey. Yes, that same thing happens. you start saying, oh my God, what's that word? What country is that? I can't even pronounce it. And time is passing. And that country is not even important right now. What is important is your test. So don't do skimming and scanning from left to right because you're going to read. If you read, you waste time. We're trying to save time. Okay? So these are very, very important facts about skimming and scanning. So before I move on, does anybody have any questions so far about skimming and scanning? Any questions? Everyone's clear? Everyone can hear me correctly? Everything's fine? Okay. All right. Excellent. Thank you, Karen. All right. So now let's do a simple and quick practice. Yes, I know that's a little potato figure in the middle. I like those potato figures. That figure is supposed to be my wife as a potato. No, I have different figures in this. So let's do a quick and simple practice. Yes, we have a couple questions here. And I'm gonna move, there we go. I moved myself so you can see. We have a couple of questions and we have nutritional facts. So please guys, really quick, I'm gonna ask the question and I want you to answer in the chat box. I want you to answer what you think is a correct answer. So number one, and we're gonna have to go very, very fast. Number one, what type of food is this information about? Go ahead and write in the chat, please, what you think is the correct answer. What type of food is this information about?
Tortillas.
Excellent, excellent, very good. That was fast. No, but write in the chat box, please, your answers. Yes, as fast as you can. All right, so yes, it's tortillas, right? We use skimming and scanning in this way. This is a simplified way of skimming and scanning, but there we go, tortillas. Now, next question. What percent of your daily iron do you get from each serving? What percent of daily iron do you get per serving? Go ahead and answer in the chat, please, or you can talk to me, whichever way. Quick, quick, quick. Ya encontré la respuesta. I found it already. Excellent. Thank you, Melly. So what percentage of your daily iron do you get per serving? Answer as fast as you can. Look for the answer. All right, so we're going to continue there. If you answered 4% or you thought 4%, you are correct. So over here, I wish I could write. Let's see. Right? I can't write in this. Anyway, so here's iron. It says 4%. So what your brain does, no, like I said, this is a simplified way. What we do is we look for a key word. In question number 2, what is our key word? Our key word is going to be iron. So if we just focus on the word iron, we go to the nutrition facts, and we see iron, we're gonna see the percentage, yeah? So there it is. It is 4%, yeah? Right. So it is 4% of our daily intake. Question number 3, how many calories per gram of fat would you get? How many calories per gram of fat do you get? How many calories per gram of fat do you get? Ready? Let's see, let's see. Usando, skimming and scanning. Hello, Omar. How are you? Good morning. It's a good afternoon. Sorry. All right. So we're doing a little bit of skimming and scanning practice here. All right. So how many calories per gram of fat do you get? Wow, I got a lot of different answers. Some people say 10. Some people say 110. Some people say 5%, some people told me 1 gram. So many different answers. Now, we have to look at the question very closely. How many calories per gram of fat would you get? So we're looking at calories and we're looking at fat as our key words because calories is repetitive, so we need something extra. So when a keyword is repetitive, we're gonna need something extra to combine it with. So we're looking at calories and fat. So if I think of that, I'm gonna look at calories from fat is 10. I think the correct answer is probably 10. How many fat calories do we get? 10. We get 10. Yeah. Or I don't know, it's total fat. It says 1 gram. I know it says total fat 1 gram. But we're looking at calories from fat. So the answer should be 10%. Well, lo que dice el key here is 10%, pardon, not 10%, 10. 10 is our correct answer. Calories from fat. 10 is the correct answer.
I answered the first answer that I wrote was 1 gram because I only saw the word fat, and then I said total fat grams, and
Right,
that's what
exactly.
was in my mind. The first thing that was in my mind was the grams and the fat, but I didn't see
Right.
calories.
Right, exactly. No problem, Maddie, no problem. So that's why the first thing we have to do, yeah, I'm gonna put pause here. The first thing we do is skimming. Skimming really quick. I look at this, la primera pregunta, right? First question. Okay, this is about tortillas. This is nutritional facts about tortillas. Listo, done. Scanning, we have to look at specific words. Question number 2, all I needed was iron. Está, iron. Question number 3, I needed a combination of keywords. Yeah, keywords is never just one word, okay? Sometimes it's one word, but not necessarily. Yeah, no quiero decirles que just one word is a keyword. It could be a couple of them. In question number 3, that's why Melly answered something different. She focused on fat. Okay, but there's total fat, saturated fat, trans fat, and obviously the teacher's fat. I'm not gonna bully. But anyway, so she focused on fat, but we need to focus on another word because too many fats. So calorie, okay, calorie and fats. And we have a combination, calories from fat. 10, beautiful. Question number 4, how much sodium how much sodium should you have per day on a 2,000 calorie diet? How much sodium should you have per day on a 2,000 calorie diet? How much sodium should you have per day on a 2,000 calorie diet? Okay, so go ahead and answer please in the chat box. What do you think? Use skimming and scanning. Look for something. Think about keywords. How much sodium should you have per day on a 2,000 calorie diet? Okay. So again, different answers. I got a bunch of different answers here. I have 2,000, 2,400, 30 grams. I have 5%. I know that's from the question before, sorry. Okay, so a couple people, 2,400, some said less than 2,400, 30 grams, and 2,000. Okay, so first thing we have to look at as a keyword is sodium. Okay, Great, sodium. I find sodium here, 30 milligrams. Great, 1%. Where else can I see sodium? Oh boy, I see sodium down here as well. These are less than 2,400 or 2,400. Okay. So which one is the correct answer? Again, we have to go back and find more information to find good keywords. Okay. So how much sodium should we have per day on a 2,000 calorie diet? Is a number. 2,000 calorie diet. So recuerden, a couple of slides ago, y les dije aquí, scanning is looking for numbers and names and places. So very important here that we have 2,000. So sodium, 2,000. So aquí voy a sodium. It only says 30 milligrams, 1%, nothing relevant to 2,000. Over here we have sodium, 2,400, but over here we have 2,000, 2,500. Entonces, now I got the answer. Sodium, 2,000. The answer is 2,400. Okay? All right, like I said, this is a simple way of skimming and scanning so far. We're going to apply it in a real text in a little bit, so don't worry. Last question. How many calories would you get with 2 servings? How many calories would you get with 2 servings? Monica, that was excellent. That was so fast. Ya tenía listas. All right. Maria, you got 0 on that one. No, pues, it's okay, Maria. How many calories would you get with 2 servings? Let's use skimming and scanning. Remember, I said skimming and scanning is visual, but there's a little bit of cognitive as well. So we have to think about it, use our eyes, a little bit of everything. How many calories do we get with 2 servings? Okay. A couple different answers. Someone told me 9 calories. I wish 9 calories. It would be beautiful. 51, 110, 220. So a couple different answers. Okay. Maybe 2,000. What happened? We're from 2 tortillas? No, no puede ser. No. Okay. 0 on the sodium one. Okay, okay. Let's see. So we have a bunch of different answers. So the question is asked, how many calories? There is our keyword, calories. So we're gonna go up here. We have calories, 110, calories from fat, 10. It doesn't mention anything about fat. So I'm gonna stay with just calories from 110. But let's continue with keywords. Would you get with 2 servings? 2, okay. All right, so no problem, James. All right, so we have 2 servings. Here we have the word 2. Great. So usamos scanning para encontrar, to find the location of our answers. But please do not think that once you found the location that is the answer. I said in the beginning when I was explaining the scanning, we use scanning to find the location, but not necessarily to find the answer right away. So that's why scanning is visual exercise, but then comes the cognitive part. Okay, so I found calories, I found 2. Now let's put that information together. Serving size, 2 tortillas. So every 2 tortillas, we have 110. Here it says 2 servings. So basically that's 4 tortillas. So that becomes 220. So everyone who says 220 is correct. It is 220 calories for 2 servings of tortillas. There we go. Simple as that. Okay. So skimming and scanning, I know it's sometimes it's a bit complicated, sometimes it's a bit tedious, but this has to do a lot with practice, a lot with practice. Okay. So this is just practicing a lot and starting to identify. For example, I've done this for so long that when I'm doing my skimming and scanning and certain things, I start to see patterns. No, I see patterns in words. I see all these repetitive words. I start to eliminate many things. So with practice, eventually you're going to start seeing patterns. You're going to start seeing repetitive words. You're going to identify keywords super quick, much quicker than now, right? So this was a simple activity. Let's move on. We're gonna go into a little more difficult one. Why not? All right. So let's do another one. Let's do another skimming and scanning practice. Right. I hope you can see this text. I don't know. Maybe if you're in a phone or something, it might be a bit difficult. But let's answer a couple of these. No? We're looking at how old is the Armenian shoe? First thing, we already did the skimming, no? Monica helped me. She said, the text is about a shoe. Second, very good. Second thing we have to look at is how old. That's our key word. I'm looking for a number, and many people already answered that. So I'm looking for a number, of course. So now we look at the text, and let's look for a number. Let's see. So what is the answer? How old is the Armenian shoe? Who can tell me how old the Armenian shoe is? Who can tell me how old the Armenian shoe is?
15. 5,500. We are sending you by chat.
Okay, beautiful. Exactly. Yes, thank you, Monica. You sent me by chat as well. 5,500. Exactly. So the next point I want to make with skimming and scanning. Yeah. Sorry. Usually, and pay attention to this. This is very important. And this is going to help you save time. Usually when we are doing skimming and scanning and we're doing this sort of reading comprehension questions, once we find an answer, yeah, for example, right now, number one, how old is the shoe? We found it, 5,500.
Mhm.
Normally with all these texts, sometimes there's an exception, but normally this works beautifully. Once you find an answer, everything above that answer is no longer useful. Everything else is garbage. Yeah. So if you can, with a piece of paper, your hand, or you can mark it however you want. For example, from this word here, 5,500, everything else before that is garbage, it's done. It's not going to help you. Yeah. And not almost, but I want to say every test, it doesn't matter the test, questions are usually made to be in order. That's why the tests are created for you to use skimming and scanning, not to read. Yeah. So they use it exactly like this to give you basically the the way that if you discover, this, use this, you're gonna be able to pass it very quickly. You're gonna know that everything is going to be in order. Number one, of course, is up there. For example, if I ask you, when did Irish people wear similar shoes? Question number 8, you're not gonna find it in the second text. You're not gonna find it in the third text. It's too early on. It's probably going to be in the last paragraph or the paragraph before. I don't know, right? But it's gonna be somewhere there to help me find it faster. we need to reduce our visual area. We need to reduce our visual place where we're going to look for stuff. That's why I said, I wish I could draw on this thing. I can't draw for some reason when I'm sharing my screen like this. But for example, we found here 5,500. Everything above is gone. So you don't need to look at anything else in that sentence because it's not going to be of any use. Let's see. Let's go with number 2. Maybe this could help a little bit more. No? Number 2 says, what was found in the shoe? Preposition, very important. What was found in the shoe? Go ahead and, okay, some people answer the question.
Grass, maybe
Excellent.
grass.
Grass, okay. Yeah, people in the chat are answering grass. Okay, so what was found in the shoe? You say grass. Now, I want to ask somebody, where did you find it? Tell me the paragraph and the sentence you found it in.
Second
The
paragraph.
number 2. Paragraph number 2, line 2.
Line 2, all right. Paragraph 2, line 2. How did you find it so fast?
Because it said it contained. It contained grass.
Contained.
Mhm.
Beautiful.
I think so.
So this is another thing. Very, very good. Thank you, Maria. This is another thing. The next thing we're gonna look at. Yeah. And by the way, I know this is simple, the tech, but we're gonna work on a C1 level text in a little bit. So this is why I want you to understand, well, the basis of skimming and scanning. So thank you, Maria. Exactly. It says contained, but look at the question. It says what was found in the shoe. Something very important in tests, especially with B2 and above levels, when we look for keywords, the keywords are usually never really going to be exactly like they are in the question. So if it says what was found, don't look exactly for the word found. Look for synonyms. Synonyms are going to be very important when we're doing skimming and scanning. Okay, so in this case, found and the synonym contained, perfect. So I found the word contained, I found grass. Of course, my answer is grass. Now, like I told you, once you find the answer, so from paragraph 2, line 2, everything above, garbage. Throw it away. You don't need it. You don't need to look at it again. Yeah, so we're reducing our visual fields. We're reducing where we need to look for number 3 and then number 4. And little by little, you're gonna save a lot of time because once you start scanning and looking for the question, by the time we're at number 8, all you have to look for is in one little paragraph. You don't have to look at all the text again for the question. Yeah, so we start reducing our visual area of where we need to look for. Okay, so that is a key thing. Alrighty, guys, so far, any questions? Everyone's okay? Yeah, okay. Alrighty. So for any test, like I said, for any of these tests, could be FCE, PTE, TOEFL, IELTS, it could even be SATs, like the one that I took. For any of these tests, you can use skimming and scanning. I've seen that it's super, super important to use in any of these tests. That's why this class is focused on test-taking skills that you can apply to any test. It's not specific for a test, yeah, but you can apply to any of them. Yeah, and like I've mentioned before, no test is actually made for you to actually read. So don't read. If you start reading, you're going to fail. Yeah. Keywords. Keywords in questions will be the key to successfully being able to accomplish the task. So keywords is very, very fundamental, very important that you take in consideration. Like I said, identifying them first, finding synonyms for them, and then you can successfully give it a scan and you'll find your answer super quick. No? So, and like I said, this is like exercise, no? This is not really something like, you know it, I taught it to you today, and then you can just go out into the world and do it. Not really. This is something that really involves practice. Practice makes perfect. Usually like listening. Listening is something that needs to be practiced. Constant practice. Practice. So it's not just do this, do that, here's a tip, here's that, and you're ready. You have to practice it as much as you can. So, like I said before, I invite you to follow me on my Facebook page where I usually post videos for listening. I also have a bunch of reading texts that are important. Not important, just reading. And you can practice this skimming and scanning. So if you follow me on the Facebook, I'll be posting more frequent than I usually have been. No, and I will post things that are helpful. Now, I want to do a practice with you. Like I said, we practice the basis of skimming and scanning. Yep, we've seen it in a very um, basic way. Now, I'm going to send you two pictures. I'm going to send you two pictures. And please let me know if you have received the pictures. I'm going to send it here in, I'm going to send it here in the Zoom. And in fact, let's send it in our group as well. Yeah. I'm going to send it in the group as well. Please verify that you received the two images, yes? Just with a little reaction, thumbs up, or tell me, however you want. I sent it here in the Zoom chat. I'm going to send the two pictures right now in the WhatsApp group as well. But please verify that you have it before we continue. You're going to have to download the two pictures really fast. Yes, yes, you have them? Yes, no, okay, Karen Mason, no. Okay. Okay, if you are in our group as well, in the WhatsApp group, you should be getting the picture right now, the two pictures. Before we continue, just please tell me if you have the images. Okay. So I hope everyone has a picture because we're going to do a little exercise in groups. We're going to do a little breakout session where I want you to use these pictures, right? The first picture, let me stop sharing so I can explain really quick. Okay, here I am. I'm back. The first picture is of the questions. Oh, the two pictures. There's one picture of a question, one picture of a text. Let me share my screen so you can see. This is what you should have. Okay, this is what you should have. A question sorry, questions 1 through 6, and the actual reading. And this is what you should have. I sent it in the group. I sent it in the Zoom chat. So you just open the chat and download the 2 pictures. I hope you have them because I'm going to divide you in groups and I want you to work together to answer the 6 questions. I'm going to give you the time that an actual test would give you, more or less. Because remember, FCE, they give you a block of time, and whatever time you take, that's all up to you. If you don't finish on time, that's your fault. Yeah. So the recommended time that I say for any reading section is around 8 minutes. So I'm going to divide you in groups. I'm going to give you 8 minutes to finish questions 1 through 6. Let's apply skimming and scanning because these are multiple choice. This sort of reading comprehension question is in every single test. It doesn't matter which one, but there are going to be multiple choice questions in any test. So I'm going to divide you in groups. Yeah, they're going to be short groups. We don't have a lot of people today. So let's have, let's have, there we go, 3 groups. Yeah, very short. Yeah, let's have 3 groups, just a little bit, okay? Let's have 3 groups. Yeah, you're gonna break out. I'm gonna give you 8 minutes. As soon as the 8 minutes is over, we come back and we're gonna review. The text is a C1 level text, so it might be a bit difficult, but remember everything I told you about skimming and scanning. Okay, so you have your rooms right here. So if you can, please, guys, join your rooms so you can start the activity, and I'll start the timer. Okay, let's see. Let's open the rooms. There you go. You will have 8 minutes. Okay, so please join the breakout rooms. I will see you in 8 minutes. Omar, Diga, Maria. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful. Uh, Alrighty. Hello, Maria. How was it?
Excuse me, but I can see the pictures. I don't know what happened. I can download. I don't know what happened. My friend said that he, yeah, my friend said that he can, but in my case, it was not possible.
Oh, I know. Are you follow us in the, you're in the WhatsApp group too, no?
Yeah, I am. I don't know what's the problem. Probably it's because I am myself.
Maybe that's why. But I sent it in the WhatsApp as well so that everybody had it. I was so sorry to hear that though.
Yeah, okay.
Hello. Hello, guys. Monica, Maria, Omar, Karen, Nelly. How was it?
Whoa, for me it was very tough, very hard.
Very hard.
Yes, at the first time I had a problem because I couldn't read. So the
Yeah,
second time it was very clearly, but it was very hard. So I need to
yeah,
practice.
I know. All right, so it was very hard. Monica and Maria Caridad, how was your group? How many did you answer?
3.
Three. No puede ser. Three.
Yes,
Karen,
because
Manny.
we start talking about our family, where do we live? We both are from Cuenca, so we start having a conversation.
Okay.
And we
Karen,
some time.
5.
5. Okay. So it's okay, Monica y Maria. It's okay. Stuff like that happens. That's why I wanted you to have a taste of what 8 minutes is. That was 8 minutes. You answered 3 with a partner. Melly and Karen, they said they answered 5 with a partner. You see how fast 8 minutes passes? You don't have time to be distracted. That's why you shouldn't read. Of course, time went by so fast. Exactly. Did you have time to read the text? Of course not. Of course you didn't have time to read the text. No, it's okay, Maria. I know. That's the mind. The mind gets distracted. You think about something like, you're from Cuenca. Let's talk about it. And the time flies.
But
The
excuse me,
same
but
thing
it's true.
happens.
Excuse me, but it's true because in the real test is that it's fast. You have to read fast and understand everything and answer the question. It's the real. It's real that.
Yes, it is. I know it. I know it. It's very, very fast and you cannot be distracted. You have to focus and it's very difficult. That's why today the topic was skimming and scanning. So this is something we have to practice a lot, the skimming and scanning part. Yeah. I'm going to see, I'm going to share with you right now, just quickly because, time is running out and I just want to quickly show you the answers. Okay. Now, if you don't want to see the answers, that's fine. Don't look at it. If you want to work on it later, because I sent it in the WhatsApp group, I'm going to tell the people who didn't participate in today's conversation,
Sorry. I
today's
understood.
class.
Excuse me. Now I
Uh,
understood that about the text and the answers. Before I thought that the text and the questions are in the chat or the Zoom, no in the our WhatsApp. So sorry, I confused that.
That's okay. Okay, no worries. But now you see it's in the WhatsApp. So if you want later,
Exactly.
you can check it out and you can work it and you can see the answers. I'm going to
Okay.
share with you the answers really quick. Yeah, I'm going to share with you the answers really fast so you can see. In this case, if Melly and Karen, how many they got correct? Monica and Maria, how many you got correct? So let's see. Let's see really quick. These are the questions you guys had. Number 1 should be letter C. Let's see. Tell me, did you get it correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Number 2 should be letter C.
Yes.
Yep.
Excellent. I like that. Mucho potencial ahí, huh? Mónica y María, how is it so far? O eso
So
no
bad.
respondieron. I don't know. So bad. Okay. Don't worry about it. It's a difficult text. Number 3 should be letter A.
A,
Yeah,
correct.
Yes.
All right. Let's go with the last ones. Number 4 should be letter B.
No, I got that wrong.
Okay. If we had more time, I would love to review exactly where and what to do, you know, but that's something that obviously I do explain
this
with other classes. All right, number
until
5 should be letter C. And number 6 is letter D. I think Melly and Karen, how many did you get correct? You got 4
3.
correct, I think, right?
Yeah, I got it.
3 correct. Monica and Maria?
We have 2 because I finished with the 4 one.
Okay. So far, so bad. But I know it's funny. So far, so bad. Ah, come on, Maria. All right, that's very funny. Okay, guys. So, like I said, if I had more time, I would love to explain exactly where to look for the answer, where the thing should have been. But it's fine. For now, I would like for you, if you didn't finish, to finish it. You know, if when in the WhatsApp group I sent the picture and the questions. So take a second and look at it. Maybe you can look for the reasons why it was incorrect. And just to finish today, I do want to remind you really quick that, oh, no lo puse en full screen. Let me put it in full screen. Anyway, just a reminder, ahí lo dejo nomás. Please, to just follow us in Facebook. Estoy así mismo como One Potato to Potato English Class, no? Or in our Instagram, as it says there, and that's my number. Well, you guys know my number. Like I said, I would love to explain a little bit more because, you know, I need to explain more about the skimming and scanning and exactly where you should have looked and things like that. But details like that, I explain a bit more in the classes. No, remember, this is a free class that I'm providing, you know, just to give, you know, some sort of help, tutorial, tips, and everything. But I'm also having a course after these free classes. I'm organizing a course where we're gonna look a lot more in detail all of the aspects of reading comprehension. We're going to look into detail the use of English. We're going to look into many details and much more that's going to help you pass the test. We actually take a test, no? And the whole course is going to be C1 level text, materials, listening. It's a whole C1 level book, basically. So we're going to be reviewing everything level C1, and I'll be explaining what I'm doing in these free classes on Saturday, but a lot more in depth. No? And of course, explaining a little bit more specifically for the test that you desire. So I do take the time and explain step by step the test layout, the times, what you should do, what you couldn't do, things like that. No? I've prepared many teachers for many years now exactly for this. I have a very nice success rate of teachers that have passed the B2, whether it's FCE. I do have quite a bit of experience in this. Thankfully, my students understand the key concepts that I able to pass, which is fantastic. No, like I said, I also work with Pearson, and this is kind of why I know what they want in the test. And then obviously I developed this course that I want to start after this program. No, So after 2 or 3 more Saturdays, I will start this program. If you want any more information about it, please feel free to contact me. You're in the WhatsApp group. You can write to me if you want to reserve a spot, and we will start that course after. Okay? So guys, for today, I want to thank you for your participation. Thank you for waking up early in the morning. I know it's difficult. It's Saturday, but thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here, for listening to me, and I hope to see you next Saturday with another topic, another subject matter that I want to discuss. And if you have any questions, please let me know. Write to me. I'm always available. And like I said, if you want to reserve a spot in the next course, please do so. Write to me, and we'll talk about that course. Yes. And I will see you again next Saturday. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much too. Thank you so much. We appreciate your time too. And I will hope that you give me some tips too for the TOEFL test. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Was very helpful. Thank you so much. So,
All right.
Saturday. Bye.
Excellent. I will see you next Saturday. See you. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you.
Bye-bye. See you, Monica.
Bye.
Pleasure to meet you. Bye-bye.
Okay, nice to meet you. Bye.
Pleasure to meet you, Karen. Bye-bye. Melly, see you later. Have a nice weekend.
Bye.
Bye.